In this video, we are going to continue with our study of properties of ism. And for a quick recap, so far we have covered the first property, and we have done the first property, that is the property of gender, and we have started the second property, that is the property of numbers. And we have also seen that Arabic isms can be classified based on the number of the ism, that is, an ism can be singular, dual, or plural. Okay, and one more thing that we have started in the last lesson was plurals, and we have learned that there are two kinds of plurals in Arabic, sound as well as broken plural. And we have dealt with broken plurals. We have learned that broken plurals follow a pattern, and there are 40 different patterns, and there is no easy way or guessing of broken plurals. We have to learn them as they come to us in our lessons. So that was about broken plurals that we have covered in the last lesson. Now in this video we are going to continue to with the sound plurals. In that we are going to see how to make sound plurals out of singular nouns. Okay, so so let's go ahead and get started with the formation of sound plurals. Okay, so one point before we start. Now we have to remember that sound plurals are made by addition of few letters at the end of singular isms. That is, we add few letters here to make sound plurals. Now we have to remember there are different kinds of ending for masculine as well as feminine isms. Now in this video we are going to learn the formation of masculine isms. In the next video we'll see the feminine sound plurals. Okay, so let's see how to make this ism into plural. Okay, so and we also know that isms in Arabic sentence can appear in three states. That is, they can take any of the three signs. They can appear in marfu state, that is the ending sign can be dhamma, or they can be in mansub state with this sign, or majroor with kasra. So we have to remember that when we change this isms to plural, they are separate ending for different states. Okay, so in order to make the ism that is in marfu state into in order to change this singular ism to plural in marfu state, we have to remove this dhamma sign, dhammatain, and we got to add this waw noon. Okay, so it will be muslimuna, one Muslim, group of Muslims. Okay, so in order to make this ism in mansub state in plural form, we got to remove this fathatain and we have to add ya noon fatha. Ina. Okay, so for the purpose of memorization, many grammar books mention this forms as ina. So this will be una. I haven't written here, so it will be two O's, N-A, una and ina. Okay, so the ism is mostly mina. Okay, so here when we give ya noon fatha, we have to change the last sign, the letter on the sign on the last letter to kasra. Okay, muslimina. This is important, and in a moment I will go over this. Why is it important to change the sign on the last letter? Okay, so when we have to change this ism to plural, the same thing, we have to add ya noon fatha, and the result is muslimina. Okay, now here for mansub and majroor state, we have same kind of endings, ya noon fatha and ya noon fatha, and the last letter gets kasra. So depending on the sentence, we will be able to figure out whether the ism is in majroor state or mansub state. Right now you don't have to worry about that. Here we are just learning to make plurals in mansub and majroor form. Okay, so don't worry about recognition. Okay, so this is how we change the isms to plural in marfu state, mansub and majroor state. Okay, so here is the dual. anyways we are not going in detail here. I just want to point out here that for duals, even for duals we have the same ya noon ending. Okay, so but the difference is in plurals we give kasra to the last letter. In duals the last letter gets fatha. May ni. And the noon here is with fatha, but the noon here will get kasra. So this might seem confusing, but it is important, and that is the reason I have brought the dual here, so that you can figure out the difference between the two. Okay, so this is called aini and aini. So Musliman, Muslimaini are two Muslims, but Muslimina are many Muslims. Okay. Likewise, Muslimaini is in Majroor state, two Muslims, and Muslimina is in Majroor state, but many Muslims. Okay. So here, let's make the sound plurals for this one. Here the answers are already written here, but I want you all to still go in stepwise manner and write down this isms here, that is give single dhamma to seen and add wow noon and finally write this word here, this isms here. Okay, so that was the first step. For the second step you have to change these isms into mansub and majroor form. How are you gonna do that? How are you going to do that? You are going to add ya noon kasra. Okay, and you have to change the sign on seen to kasra. Okay, so do that. And I thought of bringing in some Quranic ayahs so that you can figure out these plurals in Quranic ayahs, because they are very common. They appear very frequently in Quran. So I have highlighted few words. I have highlighted the words that have wow noon or ya noon. Okay. So can you stop the video? So I want you all to stop the video here and write besides this noun, whether they are marfu or majroor or mansub. You can write majroor and mansub beside the isms that have ya noon, but write marfu where you see wow noon. Okay, so um, so I hope you are done doing that exercise. And if you wish to practice more, you can go ahead and find out for yourself in Quran. But just remember one thing, that whenever you find wow noon ending for a word, there is a possibility that wow noon ending words can also be verbs. So when you think a word is a verb and not an ism, just look at the beginning of that word. If you see these letters, ya, ta, noon and hamza, then and the ending has this wow noon, then there is a probability that that word can be a verb. Okay, just in words with wow noon, not ya noon. Okay, for example, here in these words, in this highlighted words, I see wow noon here. So I might think they are plurals, but I will check the beginning of these words and I see ya. And one more thing, this ya and ta can also take fatha or dhamma. So I see dhamma here and I also see wow noon. So it is possible that this word is not an ism. And at this stage you can always take use of translation and check your answer. So by reading the translation can figure out that this word is not an ism, this is a verb. Okay, so yu'minuna, they believe. So this is a verb. Likewise, yunfiquna. I see wow noon here, but I also see ya here. So this is also a verb. Same way, yash'uruna. Wow noon, but ya. Okay. So keep this point in mind when you go over through in Quran. And let me pull out some more exercises here. So here I want you all to write whether this noun here is masculine or feminine, and also write whether it is singular or plural, just like this. This is masculine, and so the first thing is gender here. This is masculine, and second property is number, plural. Now ignore this R, we haven't covered this property. So besides this, every noun write these two properties. All for this video here. We'll do the sound feminine plurals in the next video.